They've got good pickoff, good team fight so far. Excited to see what they do with this. Like Infinity could pick up a save hero here, something that we don't see all that often, but is pretty
I mean,
good. Are things like the
we already have
Oracle?
we already have one save here. I feel like Tusk does pair really nicely with the DP because if you can't burst down DP right away, uh, then she's gonna
Mm.
be able to get the Spirit Siphons off. She can get the BKB off, and she's gonna be able to survive in the team fight. So Snowball, in order to get DP out of like these chain stuns, I feel like it's one of the better saves
You think it might be
in
a
the game.
support Tusk then? Like for Tusk with DP off lane? That's a classic. We saw that a ton last year.
Yeah, it's flexible. That's the thing. And again, it pairs very nicely with the Death Prophet. I think you need a little bit more initiation power if you plan on using this Tusk as a save a lot of the time, though.
All right,
So
Dyer gets to ban.
they grab the Disruptor. So not initiation, more so counter initiation. You can grab people as well because it's very easy to catch Mirana, and it forces BKBs out of Lina very early on. I do like Disruptor here quite a bit. Plus, if you can use off the Aghanim Scepter and to drop that on Lina before she can pop her BKB, it just takes her 100 to 0. And we saw,
5 seconds.
seen the players on 5 Rat do that a while ago in the last Pro Series, Moots, before he betrayed his team and joined Bait. I'm not sure if you remember that one, Ricky. Moose like basically 1v5 in a
Oh my
couple team
god.
fights. It
Yeah,
was
yeah,
super
yeah.
sick. Yeah, yeah, it's coming back to you. Yeah.
That was
Uh,
yeah. Good
we'll see what
Yeah,
times.
these last couple of bands
that
are, though. What were you saying, Chompix?
that rat looked really strong
Yeah.
back then.
Are you disappointed that it ended up changing up?
Radiant's up. Banning time.
I mean, as the team looked very strong, but then
Dyer gets the ban.
Moose got a DC into a BA, play first division with a new team, and
He's a
probably
bad
he
friend.
wanted
That's
to.
what you're saying. Yeah,
Oh
yeah, I
my
agree.
god.
100%.
Nah. I mean,
Sorry, I'm
dude,
putting words in your mouth, Chompix. Don't let me bully you too much.
imagine being in Moo's position there. Like he's on 5 at
Yeah.
4 staff, a
10
team
seconds.
that on paper seems pretty good, but is like it doesn't have like
5
the
seconds.
like a long history of like success. Like this is a fairly new up and coming roster. And he's
Mhm.
like, okay, I could play with that team, or I could play with Bait, which has Dendi. You know? It's
Yep.
that is like a hard choice to make, and unfortunately ended up not really being the correct choice, but you know.
The 5 Rat ended up one place ahead of Bait there. They
Yeah,
got the last laugh. Easy
technically.
for 5 Rat. Yep.
But I mean
Are
at
the
this
rats still together though?
kind of
Uh,
Kits got removed, and it's
choice.
possible that
Let's
Red
give
2
him a
might be
Lot of heroes to choose from.
taking his spot, but we don't know quite yet. But at the moment, they don't have a mid laner officially.
Yep. Kits wrote that he was looking for teams. So again, I guess whoever's left on the team are the biggest rats, if you know what I'm saying.
10 seconds.
Post one right now on Ravens, 23. What are we thinking about? Oh well, no,
5
it's Lina
seconds.
post one. What are we
4.
talking
Yeah,
about? It's
yeah,
gonna
the
be the
plus one laner.
Lina.
They need an off laner here, which they actually get rid of the Zoom heroes, right? The Lycan and the Beastmaster, which are both really good because they don't have answers for them. Okay, that's your another beautiful setup for the Mirana, and without there being a really good save outside of the Tusk, which
Mhm.
I would guess at this point it has to be a Tusk mid with Snapfire Disruptor, or they're gonna run Snapfire mid. You could do either or, technically. I personally think Snapfire would be a better choice here, and to have Tusk just play the support. But
5 seconds.
we'll have to see.
Yeah, I personally think that they pick up Dragon Knight because it pairs nicely with Mirana and Lina, who are also in the Dota 2 anime.
Oh my
What are your thoughts on this
God.
one, Chompix?
I seen the Dragon Knight before. I think Ravens was picking up pre DPC a lot, like playing a lot with the Dragon Knight, which they didn't have a great win rate with the DK. So
Mhm.
I'm a little bit worried about this Dragon Knight here. Yes, you may be able to have somebody who's going to be a front laner, but are you going to be able to build Greaves, the Warriors Greaves, which is I think it's an item that Infinity will have it. So if they overextend, I
Mhm.
think Infinity is going to win the team fight.
Mm. Yeah, especially if you get Aghanim Scepter on Disruptor, you're not gonna be able to pop like BKB. Usually, you pop BKB pretty late in a team fight on Dragon Knight, and against Disruptor, it becomes not really an option in the late game. Plus, again, Tusk is able to reposition you, so you're kind of far ahead of the rest of your team, and you go even further away from the rest of your team when Tusk gets that kickoff. But the last pick, Monkey King. I'm not that big on this here. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's a pretty underwhelming position one these days. The damage from it just comes out too slowly.
I wish you could see my face right now, Neff. I've got to disagree with you on that one.
Why is that?
I
You're welcome
think
to be wrong.
yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a really strong lane up into the Dragon Knight. Like he just has a pretty solid lane with Disruptor and Monkey King. They can easily find kills on the DK, and
How
that's
would you
something
get through him? He's got Dragon's Blood. Look how big this guy's armor is.
that's true. But the easy answer is he can't move because of Disruptor. That's the quick answer.
He's gonna stand his ground and fight, and
yeah.
then Monkey King's gonna do pathetic amounts of damage to him because it takes 4 attacks to get the stacks of Jingo Mastery.
Yeah,
And he's got a lifesteal, and you're not lifestealing if you're not doing any damage because you got too much armor. Checkmate.
okay.
But you're also forgetting that it is that comfort hero. So that's
Yeah.
going to, and he has fire on his eyes right now. He's seeing
All right.
Vengeance and he just want to annihilate Vengeance in lane.
Chompix
They
is
already
hitting you with
told him.
facts and logic right now. I'm not sure I like this. He's just smarter than me.
And PP and Vengeance were bullying that a lot. Like, it's like, hey, I was not a mistake. You know, it was not me. It was Kara. We'll find out.
Okay, I got a question for you, Chompix. Based on drafts alone, by the way, Leo style mid Snapfire, which is what I was really hoping we'd see. Which draft do you kind of like more? Is it Ravens or Infinity here?
Infinity, because I think naturally you will be a lot of grief and you can overextend and completely team fight the armor, the Wukong's command. I think if Infinity just managed to keep fighting and Ravens will overextend, I think it's going to be a lot of team fights that Infinity will take.
All right, Neff, where are you at?
I'm gonna go with Ravens here. I feel like the Monkey King is kind of underwhelming as a carry. The Death Prophet will probably fall off, even though Tusk is like a decent save for it. And I think Lina is just way too scary in the late game. They don't have, other than the Tusk, great ways of getting on top of it. And you can kind of save by throwing Treant Protector in. Living Armor in the late game is going to make this Lina incredibly tanky as well. Monkey King's not going to be able to burst through her anymore. So I'm with Ravens.
All right. I am split a little bit here, but I will go with the side of Infinity. I think Snapfire fits this draft actually extremely well. It gives them kill potential on every single hero as long as as long as they don't get like the early BKB. Because like Snapfire, once you hit 6, she just goes to whatever lane the Disruptor is. You drop a kinetic field and the hero's dead. So we should see some fairly early rotations from the Snapfire.
Mm-hmm.
And Oscar, the Death Prophet into Lina lane. I think this is one of the reasons they left the Lina in the draft is we've seen a lot of teams pick the Death Prophet into it. It's the Death Prophet or Nature's Prophet, and they both have done fairly well. So we could see some early tower aggression, and when you have that Treant Protector and you lose those towers early, can be pretty rough. But it could go either way. Like that's what I think is going to matter is those towers.
It's going up top.
Smoke pop right away, but Dragon Knight can't get his hands on anybody.
The hamster throwing a giant stun there on top of him. DCMC goes down first as they look for more. Benjaz went for that early point here in the Dragon Tail. They should get slowed down here. I don't think they can continue the chase, but that is a lot of damage. A 5v5 engagement. Netting first blood here for the side of Infinity.
Yeah, Benjaz couldn't get his hands on any of these heroes. Just tried to slowly walk up to them, and then Dark Demon ended up throwing out an arrow on like the back of the team fight, connects with absolutely nothing. So Infinity was more than ready to turn that around. They just didn't have spells on Ravens afterwards. So it got cleaned up. Just walked right around that Light Strike array as well. So rough beginning for Infinity. And at the very least, the kill goes to Prada. So it's not like the mid laner has a massive advantage right off the bat.
That first blood is going to allow him to buy 3 mangoes. So he's going to harass Vengeance.
True,
what a time
actually.
we live in. He's already doing it. Like,
yeah,
get the hell out of here. Drops the Thunder Strike on it.
You were talking about, oh, it's DK. He's got so much armor. How do you kill him? It's like, well, you just Thunder Strike him for 5 minutes straight in the lane. I think that sounds like a pretty good answer. And 1v1, Monkey King will absolutely beat the DK, so.
Yeah, you do need a bunch of damage. In a 2v2 situation, I think it goes a little bit better. But again, with 6 mangoes starting your inventory, it's a little bit rough.
Do you guys remember Mango Tree, dude? That was a time to be alive.
I don't know about that one.
I love that one. As a Techies player, I loved it. Techies Mundo.
Just put it in your fountain and just courier yourself mangoes forever.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so nice. Middle lane, Leo style is doing pretty decent here on the Snapfire. Just like, I don't know. I feel like this lane's not gonna be that
Snapfire,
hard for him on the Snapfire.
If he missed a couple of those under the tower, but I think it'll be hard for him. You have a lot more base damage here on the Tiny, and you have to play far enough forward into the creep wave that you could potentially get tossed back. So we'll tune in again in a little bit, but action is probably going to be up in this top lane with the Tusk and the Death Prophet. Like, the moment the DP hits level 3, we're going to see them try to run down one of these heroes.
Yeah, absolutely. That second point Spirit Siphon is super strong. You have the Snowball Shards coming in as well. You'll have a lot to play with. Oh, speaking of Snowball, Genic actually threw that one pretty early here as Kara's going to try and chase him down, but Treant Protector very slow unless he's in the actual trees.
Which
and he just gets
Genic
level
ran
2.
into.
Genic, yeah, it just baits him out into the open. Not much you can do. So
Yeah, he was kind of baiting him there. He had 7 stick charges and a Fairy Fire there, so we could have popped those if he was ever under threat. Oscar is forced to drop a level 1 Spirit Siphon, so it'll burn through a charge for him. He's not going to be too happy about that.
that's a good voice line. It's a very good voice line. Bottom lane, Genic still has a Snowball. He's... Whoop. All right, he's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that.
But here's a fun fact for you. Leo Style is not in a good mood, Chompix.
What's going on?
I don't know if you saw, but the other day he was his power went out and he was forced to drive to another location in order to play the match against Nouns, which now of course has them in the losers bracket here up against Ravens. So man, I think is running on spite and really wants to go up against into the upper bracket and play against Nouns again right now.
Lower brackets are... I like lower brackets. I think they're way more intense. It's just like there's no room for mistakes in a lower bracket.
We might have made a mistake.
Yeah,
And he
ends
did.
up dying. PP, of course, just going to give up his life too for the free bottle refill. Yeah, it sends a little bit of gold over to Leo Style, but that experience is what really matters. And then there's the aggressive tip. You love to see it. This is the type of games that we look forward the most towards.
Recall that PP used to be a former Infinity, and he was removed. Oh no, it was a choice by a player that started out. That they're like, yeah, I want a different mid laner, and it was Leo Style, the mid laner, that one of the players wanted.
So they ended up switching them around. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Wait, who decided to get rid of the last one then? Who has that kind of power on this team?
It appears, well, the team was built out around Parker.
Mhm.
That's what the owners say.
And
Yeah,
where is he now?
podcast.
Yeah, they don't have Parker. They don't have PP. They have Leo Style. Parker's just gone. He's on Ravens, but he wasn't on Ravens at the beginning of the Pro Series, and that's why he's getting into Beast Coast. 2 points in the Spirit Siphon is going to make Oscar too difficult to even trade with here.
Yeah, he's got the shards. I'm surprised they waited so long because that Spirit Siphon expires, but they still managed to find the kill anyway. And that's what we were talking about, right? The Death Prophet, a pretty dang good hero into this Lina. She does not like having these heroes on top of her.
Well, it's the toss of the Death Prophet, but once DP's
Yeah.
actually on her with 2 points in the Spirit Siphon, like, you can't do enough damage at that point.
Monster taking a beating there from the Treant.
Radiant's courier has made one last run. Who have
Yeah, look how that is just chasing Vengeance.
That arrow shouldn't have connected.
I mean, bottom lane's going pretty well. It's better than I thought it would be for Ravens, to be honest, but,
Oh yeah, the wave's into the tower now. Like, this is great for them.
Huge
they're
amount of
gonna
XP.
lose the range creeps.
well,
Yeah,
he
nice
doesn't
pull
get
there.
denied out,
Got it.
too. It's not bad. Meanwhile, mid lane, they're looking for a combo here. Ooh, the toss back, not on the money. Ends up throwing the cookie. And even Prado's made his presence known.
Is he gonna glimpse it?
He's gonna glimpse him into a scatter blast, though. Yeah, it's a worthy
It's
trade
worth it.
for
It's
sure.
worth it.
Yeah.
It's just funny to see him go for that one. We're just about at the 6-minute mark. Tusk obviously gonna scout out whatever the power rune is. Tiny not gonna be back in time for it. Well, this one's just gonna go to Leo Style, who's just about level 6. We'll potentially find a kill with this one. And it spawns the top lane in Viz. Tiny's gonna move over to this one to force an avalanche, just so. Yeah, Genic is forced to grab it, which is unfortunate for Leo Style. Thankfully, you are playing Tiny right now against the Snapfire, while Snapfire has gotten level 6. You're tanky enough with your base strength and your strength growth rate that you can't find a solo kill on the Tiny with Mortimer Kisses. This ability is usually so crazy with his mid lane Snapfire at level 6, but Tiny, one of the few heroes that is tanky enough to deal with it. Top, they come on to Lina again.
Yeah, nice jump for sure. They gone. Ooh, she's gonna be able to live just for the moment, but Oscar's not done chasing. The Crypt Storm comes out and an auto attack. Well played there. 3 points in that Spirit Siphon doing work. Just tanks the tower, who cares?
Mm-hmm. Now, do you think this comes down to the stand-in they had to use here today, Chompix?
There's Snowball. Oh, no. Not so long.
Mortimer Kisses got the bottom lane.
Oh,
Completely missed it.
Missing that one, but looks like Leo Style making his presence known. He's gonna try and find Benjaz here as well. Few seconds off that Scatter Blast, but with Prada here, this should be an easy kill as the Glimpse will set this one up. Scatter Blast on the money, and Prada will be the one that finds the kill. So, a 3-for-1 bottom? Meanwhile, another fight top lane here, potentially? Nah, he's okay. No, Dad's coming in. Wait a minute. Boundless Strike on through. He gets it. Wow, they are just all over the map.
Dark Demon comes up, but without setup, without Light Strike Array right now to follow up and no Laguna Blade, you're not going to put in too much damage. This is the weakness of this Lina build. At level 5, you don't feel that strong. Just the Falcon Blade in order to right-click people down. It really comes online once the Maelstrom's completed. It's mid lane. Genic and PP gonna try to contest the Venus. He's gonna toss him back into Kara probably. Oh no, just onto the spot.
Ooh, just off the arrow. I mean, Genic is fine now and gonna get the snowball out. Huge boundless strike onto these heroes. Does throw the shards. Leo Style here as well with the haste rune from bottom and a cookie to find the kill. Okay. Not bad.
11-3 right now for Infinity, but despite that, there's less than a 1,000 net worth lead.
Who wants cookies?
Yeah, now hit zone back out. I don't know. I mean, I feel like the later this goes, the better off Ravens are going to be. I'm surprised you're not further ahead right now on Infinity. That you're just finding kill after kill right now. I don't know if you guys disagree with this one. And in the bottom lane, Benjaz is just going to pop his ultimate. Despite being this far behind in kills, I feel like we can pressure towers.
Yeah, he was able to recover after that harassment that he got it early in the game. And he's the second lead on the network. And that tower is almost due. They're rotating as well. PP knows that he's going to rotate to the bottom.
And this is into the Exorcism as well. There's a lot of magic damage coming out of the Dragon Knight here, and it looks like he's probably just going to pop. No way they could turn this onto the DP with the spirits coming back in and healing him up as well. But after fully healed, here comes Lina. Damage is going to come out, and there's the Laguna Blade. First one of the game ends up taking down Oscar, ending his dominating spree. And they're going to try to hunt for more. PP doesn't want to let him go, though. He's going to chase him to the ends of the earth.
Oh, you might regret that one. You're gonna very much regret that one. That is a Mortimer Kisses inside a Static Storm.
Yeah, I mean, we can see why he wanted Leo Style. I mean, you're talking about this one, Chompix. Man turns that one around on them easily.
Who wants cookies? Well, too bad.
Dyer's top tower is really taking a beating.
So, do you have any idea if Leo Style's gonna be moving around at all? I mean, he looks solid on this team. Infinity looks a lot better with him on it. But I was wondering if you know that. Yeah, you think anything can happen? You're not going to reveal the secrets?
No, anything can happen.
All right.
Nice jump in the bottom lane here, and they do manage to find a good turnaround. Like, honestly, it looked like it was going to be rough for Genic, but that is now the second time he walks away with a sliver of HP as they take down Tiny and the Mirana. And he's got Tranquil Boots. He's just going to smoke right up and just get back to work. Into the triangle. They've scouted DCMC. Oh, no way, dude. This would be a disaster. Benjaz going to be able to break the smoke potentially. Backside of the fight, they actually Hey, they don't actually see it. He's out.
Yep. 16-5, and again, still less than 1,000 net worth lead for the side of Infinity. And Lena finishes up the Maelstrom. She's gonna start accelerating like crazy, but if this Lena starts taking more deaths, I feel like this game kind of gets out of control. Starts getting shut down pretty hard. Mid lane.
Into Grandpa.
Yeah.
Yeah, another beautiful setup. It's just like Static Storm, Exorcism. They have so many different ways to follow up this kinetic field. And with this Exo, I mean, we talked about the early on stage of the game. Being able to keep these towers alive as the Treant is essential. And you're not going to lose the mid tower plus that safe lane tower. I guess you trade for bottom, but you're super happy with this as Infinity.
Yeah, taking these towers against Treant a very big deal. Even though, like you mentioned, PP managed to grab bottom, you're much more happy about the mid one. So I think at this point, unfortunately, you're not amazing at taking Roche. You've got tag team to work with. Like Exorcism clears it kind of fast, but it is a little bit easy, especially once Dragon Knight gets the shard, in order to just like contest the Roche by throwing the fireball into the pit again and again. So while they do have map control right now, there's not a ton that Infinity are able to do with it.
Looks like they're setting up mid here, and they are. They've caught PP. A beautifully placed ward and just snowball into the Mortimer Kisses. It's just so well played. That gank was set up from a beautiful ward and great positioning from Genic, which, by the way, he's almost level 9.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower is getting obliterated.
He is. I mean, we were talking about this potentially being a mid tusk. I mean, it almost feels like it right now.
He's got a blink coming out, I think, doesn't he?
Got 14 assistants.
Never mind. He's got no money. He's very poor. But yeah, top lane looking for more as they're going to try and dive here onto Benjaz. They've got the glimpse into the Static Storm, but a great Dragon Tail will catch Leo style. They've just got the magic damage. They hold him down long enough.
He is godlike at 13 minutes.
9, 1, and 5. That's not bad. I'm going to continue looking for more here. Kara trying to hide in the trees, but Genic in some trouble. Nice overgrowth into the LSA, and that will be enough to finally punish the Tusk.
Overgrowth rooted up, not able to pop that snowball in order to dodge things out, but this is all you get. The Tusk is 0, 1, and 15. All right? He's the one making all these things happen. They finally get a kill onto him, and he's just not worth that much money.
That's true. Prada has more kills than him, like 229. Did he have the dagger? No, what did he... I thought he... Oh, he doesn't have money.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, man, this Tusk, after being level 9 and all these kills, he's got to have money, right? He's just so poor, but it doesn't matter. He's just still doing work.
Radiant's middle tower is hanging on by a brick.
PP's Blink Dagger is gonna come soon.
He's just got 250 gold away from this one. Then it becomes even easier for them to set up and begin these fights. So not looking to slow down at all. I mean, at the very least, Alina hasn't taken any extra deaths, but she was at the top of the net worth like 2-3 minutes ago. Leo Style on the Snapfire and Dad of the Monkey King both started to pull ahead. They aren't going for quick farming builds on this Monkey King, though. Some of you see a Battle Fury picked up. He's just got Echo Saber, got Desolator queued up afterwards in the BKB. So it's a sign Infinity are looking to close this one out pretty fast if they can.
This is the Pakaz build, is it not, Chompix?
Monkey King? Yeah.
Yeah, like the armlet or the Echo and the Deso. Isn't that usually what Pakaz has played?
Ooh, I'll have to come back here.
I wouldn't know. Yeah, that part I do not know. I know that that definitely does play the Monkey King, and he's very far away from team fight.
Yeah.
He's joining in.
Kara overgrowth again, but just no way to get out. Oscar's already got those Guardian Greaves, and it's gonna set up another another glimpse back here onto PP as Leo Style just jumps on in with the double barrel. He's almost got an Ags, man. He's closing in on this super fast.
Yeah, I think I mean, usually you see Snapfires build the Aghanim Shard at the 15-minute mark in order to just farm really quickly, but it looks like he's just gonna skip it. I mean, he'll go back and get it afterwards, but he's just about got the Aghanim Scepter done at the Shard time. That is how good of a game that Snapfire is having right now. 300 gold off is super sick. Genic right now working on drums. He's going to upgrade them into Boots of Bearing afterwards, I imagine. And It's going to allow you to take towers really quickly. And, you know, potentially actually use that tag team level 4 and grab an early Roche. I did mention that they struggle a little bit with it, but Boots of Bearing tag team is going to put a lot of damage into Roshan.
They've caught Kara once again here. That's just a nice word up on the high ground. Obviously, he was trying to figure out a way to deal with it, but Sentry comes out, just scouts it with a courier. Unfortunately for him, by the time he respawns that ward, it's going to be like dead.
Yeah.
You can't run away with that disruptor. That glimpse is too much.
Yeah, 4 points glimpse. He's only got 1 point in kinetic field at the moment, but the glimpse ability, it's just, it allows him to chase anybody, right?
Connect with a snap cookie, a silence from Oscar. Yeah, it's too much.
2k gold lead and a DD rune here on the Monkey King. Is this Roche? Is this where they're heading? You got the Aghanim Scepter now on Snapfire. I would love to see my favorite El Clasico Monkey King Snapfire combo, which is get the Roshan and then transform into Roshan and then gobble him up and then spit Roshan at the enemy team. That is my favorite thing in all of Dota.
Let's see.
They better do
There is
this.
double up.
I will be very disappointed in Infinity if they do this. If they don't do it, rather.
Dad, come on. Do it.
All right, Dad. All right.
He's not going to do it.
Missed
No fun
opportunity.
allowed here. Yeah. But yeah, they do that without the tag team that time. I mean, the Ravens knew they were doing it. They threw the arrow out into the Roche pit, but they also knew there was absolutely no way that they contest. Benjaz now completes the Aghanim Shard. And we saw this ages ago. Dragon Knights go for Blink Dagger, Aghanim Shard, BKB, as well as Soul Ring. He doesn't have a Soul Ring, instead of he's just spamming Clarities right now. Soul Ring has been nerfed since then, but it pushes waves pretty fast. It does tons of DPS and team fights if you get the Fireball down. Like, you do have damage with this build. And now BKB is completed on the Lina. You have ways of taking fights, even though it seems kind of hopeless. I understand that it's 23-6. This sounds like a heavy cope for me, but I genuinely believe that they have abilities to take team fights as long as they can get the jump onto Infinity.
But they're safe as well. If Genic is around, that pick off is not going to be.
The Gobble.
That is true.
Oh.
Ooh.
I thought he was going to try and just blind throw in Genic, but they also didn't really see the rest of Ravens, so that could have just been a scenario where you're spitting your ally into absolute death, so. A little bit of
I'm sure people in the chat are going to say that there's a that factor in which something could happen later on, but I think he's on fire on his eyes right now.
Yeah.
He's like super focused into this game, and yeah, after all of these nice talks with his teammate, the fight starts.
A great start to the fight as they get onto Leo style, but the drums gets him out for now. He's got the Mortimer Kisses. Laguna Blade's not have to kill him, but DCMC's got the BKB trying to chase after him. It's not enough. He's going to live on just a sliver of HP. The backside of the fight is the Static Storm on top of the Wukong's command doing work. The Gobble Up snipes DCMC, and Leo Style dodges the Starstorm as well underneath the tower.
What?
He's got the schmoves today, man.
Leo, stop!
Dude, you're kidding me.
Oh my god!
He gets him, dude.
As well.
Oh no.
He's young, too young player.
Oh, Leo style. I mean, that man interrupted his own Mortimer Kiss with the lean into coming forward him as well. Like realizing, okay, I gotta turn around and dodging out the Starstorm, like you mentioned, snipes the lead. That man does everything. 12-1 on mid Snapfire. Somebody needs to stop him.
I'm so happy that he does so well in this hero because I'm a huge fan of Snapfire core. I think this hero is severely undervalued as a core. So I'm really hoping that in the next patch in like, I don't know, close to 2 months from now, we get to see Snapfire still played in a similar way.
I have a feeling Snapfire will be contested at the Lima Major.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, the South American teams for sure love the hero. They play it in so many different roles. So, oh, mid lane. They're going to dive behind the tower. They know Lina, no BKB, so they get the kill. And the Exo right underneath the tower, Kara running in circles. No way to survive this one. They've got the Catapult, the Exo. This tier 2, they'll forward it, but it's definitely dead.
Yeah, I mean, he's slowed down. I don't know what cut. I think
Oscar
was trolling him. He's trolling him. He's got the calling blade on Oscar.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, nice catch, Chompix.
middle tower has taken one.
Also, Genic, what a movement.
For enemies.
He was able to dodge that arrow.
Of them nude.
The
Mhm.
Mirana's arrow, he was able to dodge that one.
Yeah. I missed that one as well. I just moved out of the way of it in the middle of the last fight. Or what?
No, it was just like right before when they were
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to get to the Mirana.
Yeah.
I mean, Lina.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna fight. The smoke of deceit. Tactical pause.
Tactical pause.
It's always.
That's what
always.
we call it.
You've been enjoying yourself. I'm just
Oh.
gonna stay hydrated.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
that's it. We're back in it, baby.
Hey,
Leo
let's
style,
get
will he
back.
dodge
Let's
out
see,
the
let's find
gank?
out.
They see him. They know he's here.
I didn't enjoy it.
Genic's nearby, though. I mean, if he gets the snowball, it's huge. Snowball will... It's going to get interrupted. He tries to pull him in, and he does. Dodges the arrow. He tanks it for the hero. Leo style pops that illusion rune, trying to hobble away. Into the trees he goes, but he's going to burn down Takara. They get them both. Look at that.
So they're down a hero, they're down their beyond godlike spree, and they're about to be down in Aegis. It expires in another 30 seconds. The game is about to turn on its head. The win condition is here, and that is 4v5.
Mailman Cemetery.
He's stacking, though. Look at that. Prada's corpse being put to good use right now.
This is true.
Dude,
Prada did die for this.
Kara just got so much money.
Things are looking dark.
He just got a full blink dagger if he decides to buy it.
Forget I said that. Their bottom tower
Who's that? Kara?
desire is
Kara has been playing. Prada has been playing a really good role here. Like 14 assists and
Every single kill, basically, all the major kills that we've seen for Infinity have been set up or at least involved the Disruptor in some way.
yeah.
Seems like Infinity's greatest enemy lately is just like their power going out or some shit, man. I don't know. DC against Nouns, DCing against Ravens.
Hey, I mean, they're down a player, but these guys are pros. You know, they're gonna micro him a little bit, at least get some use out of the Disruptor for the moment, and that way, when he gets back into the game, he'll at least have something to his name. I mean, he's stacking the Ancients again. You know, he's basically just Beastmaster's Boar at this point.
I
But-
wonder if he went to a LAN center and we're like, sorry, all the computers are taken. You gotta wait for your turn.
Dude, I
There's
can't
no
even
way.
imagine.
There's absolutely no way.
Can you like buy someone's time on their
I-
computer? Like,
I-
yo, I'll give
yeah,
you like
yo.
an entire day of free time. Just give me my computer. Mid lane, PP, Avalanche, Toss. Does find Genic, but he pops the drums. He's on his way to
Really?
his blink, so he's not too far.
He has to install Dota on the computer. That's what takes so long.
Oh no.
It used to be easy. The computers just have Warcraft 3 on them, 8 megabyte file to download the map. 4 back in the day. You were in, baby. These days, it's like 20 gigabytes of hats or some shit. I don't know.
I mean, I remember when the day I decided to uninstall what was it? The Modern Warfare game, the like the Battle Royale one or whatever.
That's a terabyte.
Yeah, that game took like 600 gigs on my hard drive. I literally
Yeah.
couldn't believe it.
Well, depending on how fast your internet is, you know, even if he goes to a LAN cafe, he'll have to install the game. That's going to take even longer. But, you know, Prada's in a good place. He's got a Shadow Amulet. The only bad part about this thing is it only lasts 15 seconds now. So, you can't just go AFK somewhere. It looks like they're probably just going to try to do whatever they can to dodge fights while they wait for Prada to come back.
And Ravens are not gonna wait. They go with the smoke of deceit. Or not? Wait, what?
Leo Style is going to TP top. I mean, they're kind of just walking Prada around the Monkey King, which I actually like Monkey King's build. He went back for the Mage Slayer now, as he's closing in on the Aya Scotty. I mean, they're still managing to find farm. And he's just, like I said, microing Prada around the Monkey King. They want to make sure, like, if they can jump him, like, Prada's the one tanking the gank. Or at least, you know, the ghost of Prada.
That's going to be a pretty long Roche respawn. So I think this does favor Infinity. It gives them more time for Prada to get back into the game. We might see a 5v5 game after all here, Ricky.
Top lane, they found the Snapfire. Overgrowth is there looking for DCMC. There's going to be the arrow into the Light Strike Array, and another kill onto the Snapfire.
Before we can finish off this BKB that he's been working on. 1,000 gold away right now, but this is their entire lead gone. It's gone from what, like 8K to 3K now, and it's about to get worse. I mean, again, without Leo Style on the map, you down Prada, you've got no control over anything that's happening. This game is turning on its head.
Well, you know, Leo Style's dead, but he can play as the Disruptor at least for the moments. They smoke up. He's got an Invis rune here on the Disruptor. They did see PP here under a ward. His dad goes in, hits the Boundless Strike. The shards are in. He's got an Ags, but he's silenced up, stuck inside the Grasper. They end up popping the Exorcism, which is quite surprising.
Yeah, I mean, in an ideal world, Roche would be up and they could clear it out with the last of this Exorcism, but you do not live in an ideal world. There is definitely for them over here, and it's going to be on cooldown. It will be back up by the time Roche respawns, though. So you do have that going for him. Actually, no, it's going to be on cooldown for like 30 seconds. Not good.
Well, Leo
And,
Style back
Benjaz-
in the game now.
Yeah, Benjaz going to get to work down on the bottom tier 2. Fortify still on cooldown for another 18 seconds. And
I forgot
Catapult
about the
didn't-
Dragon Knight.
Yeah, and this thing just tears through buildings because you get that corrosive breath on them.
Instant BKB, the turnaround with the Dragon Tail as well. Dad drops the Wukong's command. Balance Strike does hit, but they've got plenty of ways to just walk away here. Gobble up, though, has to BKB. Oscar gets sent in. He's going to TP out on the Lina. And Benjaz and Kara will be just fine. So a lot committed here from Infinity bottom. They don't catch anything.
Yeah, like no way of interrupting that BKB TP with the Tusk dead, unfortunately. And Exorcism's still on cooldown for another 75 seconds. Both teams, it was like one of the longest Roche respawn times. It was like 2 minutes, 50 seconds. So both the teams are going to start to be setting up around the pit.
You know what's another issue is that you cannot buy Disruptor at TP, right?
You can't buy him anything. You can't buy him. You can't use his gold in any capacity. So you can't buy TP. You can't plant. What is the other one? There's something else, but yeah, you can't like put items and stuff on him that are usable. So you can't like buy wards for him to like go plant. You have to like buy wards yourself and then put him on the Disruptor. But dude, the classic Shadow Amulet. This is like the grief you see in pubs, right? Dude, this is the actual nerf to Shadow Amulet becoming a real problem. The cooldown, dude. Normally, he could just sit here invis forever, but he has to keep. Someone has to keep microing to use Shadow Amulet every 15 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, they do this to discourage griefers, but really, they're just keeping Infinity down. Valve, come on, man.
the
Bring the
Infinity
Shadow
nerf.
Amulet back. Yep.
Actually huge. Meanwhile, despite being 4v5, they get Roshan, so Dad gets the Aegis and the Shards, the Boundless Strike upgrade.
Who's managing Disruptor?
I think
I will assume Oscar.
I'd have to imagine it's like Genic occasionally, just keeps microing over and pressing Shadow Amulet on him. But it's hard to say for sure.
Yeah, Genic plays in Enchantress, right? So
Don't look now,
maybe
but
he has.
Radiant's bottom tower is getting obliterated.
Micromanaging is hard. I can't do that.
It's kind of funny.
I know my players were really confident about being able to micro each other. If
Oh
somebody
my god,
DC'd.
just gobble up. Oh no! He sends in Prada. He just hits an arrow instantly.
And they don't even go for Prada, though. They just let them live.
I mean, on the backside, it's going to be an initiation on the Tusk. He hits the Walrus Punch onto the tree, and Dad very easily able to help clean up this kill. And Prada, I mean, he's looking for a glimpse target. They aren't going to find it, though. They smoke up immediately on Infinity. So despite being down a player, they're still on the aggression. Uh-oh, PP just revealing himself. They also saw DCMC. There's going to be the Walrus punch into the Boundless Strike. Can they bring down the Lina in time? He's got a BKB. The Walrus totem or steel totem to the low ground, but there it is. He's got the kill. Looking for more. PP in trouble. Stuck inside the Wukong's command. Ooh, that's not the glimpse you wanted. But they've got the follow-up there. Kinetic Field holding him in place. Another goblet from downtown.
They're doing it. 4v5, they're doing it. They're microing the Disruptor. They're making this happen, Infinity. They've got no buybacks on 2 heroes. They can threaten high ground after this one. In fact, that looks like that's exactly what they're going to do.
You still got a little time on
able to
Exo.
defend it.
They
Yeah.
only have 20 seconds. Can they? No exorcisms anymore.
Yeah, there's
And they
the...
still have Static Storm to work with.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you still have all... I mean, Disruptor can definitely just get picked off pretty easily here, but Genic goes in, sets a kill up onto Demon, unable to find the kill, but Benjaz now has the Aghanim Scepter completed, so almost to the Black Dragon, just needs one more level. You almost feel bad for the Disruptor. Oh, dude, the Shadow Amulet. Oh, the Shadow Amulet. It's so good. Off the mark there with the Static Storm. Okay, he's finally going to die. It was pretty funny.
This is where Prada reconnects. He just finds himself dead in his ultimate on cooldown. Guys, we need to talk.
He needed a TP. That's what happened.
Yeah, that's true. You can't buy TPs for him right now. Just die to get him. And now he's going to be able to move around with his team. I hope they walk him out of the base on his way back into this one. No, it's been a long time since I casted some 4v5 Dota.
Dude.
I think last time I did, it was, I think it was with Party Pete 3-4 years back, and you were casting some, I think it was a South African team.
Huh.
Yeah. They just decided to play it out in a 4v5 situation.
I feel like we've seen some 4v5 situations in the DPC, actually.
Have we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah,
guess we
DPC.
did. Yeah.
Was it No Room playing 4 versus 5 or was it a DPC? I remember No Room's playing 4 versus 5 as well.
Maybe. Maybe I'm old. I don't remember things properly anymore.
Dude, Snapfire is so scary at this stage of the game. Like, she just throws a cookie from the trees, and if it hits you, you just die.
Wait.
Do you often go for the level 20 talent or the Mortimer Kisses Impact or the Lil Shredder as a mid laner Snapfire?
I mean, he's got a Silver Edge queued up, so we might see him go the Little Shredder attack damage. I personally like the spell build, but because they have like this offlane DP who's gone like the Guardian Greaves and more utility, I think we're going to see the right click damage come out from the Snapfire at level 20 and 25. Top lane, Genic's looking for Demon. And the big Walrus punch, the snowball actually doesn't connect right away. Drops the leaps though. And that will be a quick pick up there for Dad. Prada coming in for some emotional support. Dude, this
Silver Edge, no.
the Disruptor's just been like right-click following heroes around the map.
Alright, so it's clear that no one on Infinity is very good at microwing. We know
It's
that
so
much. At the very
funny.
least. Yeah, these guys need to play some RTS game. Goddamn Zoomers anymore. They forget where we came from. This was an RTS game. You had to control an entire army. Back in Warcraft 3. Now they can't control 2 heroes.
There's a reason Meepo's the worst hero in Dota, man.
It's because people are bad. These kids, these children.
I can't even control my Venomancer players, okay?
You don't even move those. Come on.
You need to
Chomp.
attack them. You need to send them to attack something.
You can't click tab and then get them to attack something.
Wait, what do you mean tab? Just regroup them.
Regroup. Use control groups in Dota.
I do.
What? How do you play Dota without control groups? Are you serious?
Yes. What do I need control groups for?
Dude, all right, everything makes sense now.
What do you mean everything makes sense now?
That's fine.
What do you mean it's fine?
Don't worry about it. I won't leak your profile anytime soon or anything.
You are the worst kind
Dude.
of person.
I love how Prada's just like, don't worry, guys. I'll check for Roche for the next minute and a half. Oh, no. They will see Genic hiding in the trees here.
Supplements.
You don't think Prada died, do you?
Dude, that sentry is just off the mark of the lane ward here.
I think the idea that Ravens wanted was do a lot of pickups on that. That's what I'm reading from their lineup. It didn't work so far. Will it?
Ravens is very scary now with the Daedalus on Tiny, though. Free volley with Daedalus just like insta kills you.
Yeah. Well, they will actually see PB go for the rune there. Dad under the cover of that Silver Edge. He's got a new Basher done as well. And Genic, he's going to get scouted by the ward. Benjaz will be the one that jumps in. He's got that Black Dragon, the arrow to follow. And that's a great way to start this fight. Boundless Strike does catch the Lina. Dad up onto the high ground, but Avalanche and Toss, they've got so much damage to just chain him in place. And Monkey King is going to go down. They smoke up immediately. They want to look for more. Oscar in some trouble. They TP out Prada. Ease clap. Oscar forced to BKB and TP out himself.
Yeah.
If it's not a quick Roshan, it might not be the end of the world, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Who is strong?
I mean, ideally for Infinity, Roche responds in like 10 seconds or something like that. Just after Monkey King gets back up, and it's gonna be what, 50 in total, or another 45, and Roche will be back up.
And you know who's not back?
Is it Prada? Is it Prada? This is a disaster. They were winning this game, man. You know what's even worse about this? You don't get an abandon when you're in the competitive match. So when you're DC'd for 5 minutes, he continues to hold on and build up his gold. Normally his gold would distribute to his teammates. He's just sitting on 3.4k unused net worth. Right now.
No. It's a little bit different because that's like some other heroes. You have to subtract his item net worth from his current net worth on the left side. That's the only way to find his actual net worth number.
Oh, sorry, I meant the gold that he's like collected. From,
so the
here is 3.4k.
Yeah, he's. Oh man.
His current gold is 3.4k. Like if this was going to his teammates, things might be a little bit easier. Like,
did you do the
just
math?
A bit more to work with, huh?
Did you do the math on his current gold?
I mean, I can just hit keypad 4 and see that he is 3.4k.
No. That's it'll show you the gold of whatever hero you clicked last.
No, pull up on your caster controls on the left side of your screen. You can hit that little drop down.
Oh, you're talking about that one.
Gold.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
There is an actual thing for this.
I see. I didn't know that was added. Nice.
What do you mean? I know it was added. It's been in the game since Dota 2 came. I can't with the
that sounds
people.
like fake news. Anyway, Roshan number 3 about to get taken by Infinity. Ravens, I guess, just caught sleeping once again.
Goddamn kids coming from Han to my game.
Is he gonna buy a Aghanim Scepter? Do you think when he returns?
100%. He just buys out an Ags when he comes back. Absolutely. If you've saved this much money on a support, you get to at least buy the Ags.
Maybe that's the strat. He's just waiting. I'll come back when my axe comes up.
Once the game's worth playing, I'll play. Yeah.
Dude, Oscar has a scythe.
I want to make this game interesting, so that's why I tap out for a little. I stepped out.
I'll go easy on him.
Yeah.
I
want to make Grandpa smile.
Genic, they know he's up here in the trees somewhere. And, they instead catch a way bigger find, which is going to be Dad here on the Monkey King, and that is your Aegis. They've also managed to catch the Tusk there in the trees. Arrow, is it on the money? Dark Demon. Not caught sleeping. Beautifully done.
Things are looking dire for
Aegis for what?
Looks like Dyer's courier at the bottom tower is in
And
trouble.
it might just be over. I mean, Leo Style currently doing his best to cut this mid wave. He's smoked up right now. He's got ninja gear. but right into PB. Oh my god, the damage is gonna be insane.
Yeah, it's a Daedalus for you, man. That'll do it. Sometimes you just walk into a giant rock.
It is so over, boys.
It's looking a little
It is
rough.
so over.
It's looking a little rough for all of the Infinity fans out there right now. And I mean, the other thing too is not only does he have to get his internet fixed for this game to have a chance at winning this, but if he doesn't get his internet fixed for next game, they're out. They can't get a stand-in.
Yeah. Told no stand-ins allowed because they're already using 2 technically. I mean, all of these teams just signed up with the wrong roster. This BTS tournament started like as roster shuffles were happening post Div 1, and a lot of teams are paying for it. And now Ravens are knocking on your high ground. Tiny and Lena will make quick work of these tier 3s.
Yeah, dude, Tiny
I
is
think they
just
need to
a
stick
beast
around.
right
They've
now.
got no reason to get back.
He's got the Moon Shard queued up, man. My favorite Tiny item. Dude, here comes Prada, baby. Oh, there goes Prada. Oh, does survive. Shadow Amulet, very nice. Dust, however, good counter. Hex comes out. They've got the Dragon Knight. Hex returned onto the Monkey King as Gennett comes in. Nice Walrus punch there. Onto the... Oh, she totems into the wrong way. Force Staff's onto the low ground, though. Will be fine. Death
Here come the
Prophet.
crits.
Oh,
no.
my goodness,
He
the
tried to
tree
save him.
volley from the Tiny. He turns it around. Dad, Wukong's command does come through. He's trying to hide into the trees, but they've got the detection. Silver Edge will not be enough to save him, and just like that, Infinity, they still have to stay in the game as long as possible. They have to stall this one out, Leo style. Maybe not. He just says
They
GG.
didn't
Okay.
call GG. Why did they call?
Yeah. GG's called. That's it. 4v5 Infinity, despite being up, just weren't able to hang in this one, and that's it. I mean, if this happens to me 2 games in a row, I'd be tilted beyond belief.
Yeah. Especially when they looked like they were going to win this game. They were in such a commanding position. They had the better lineup. It just gave Ravens such an opening. I mean, they get that kill onto Leo style top. They pick him off a couple more times. Oh, man. So unfortunate for Infinity here.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to see it gone like this. They try to put up a fight 4v5 despite losing Prada. But, I mean, Dota is a 5v5 game. We see Ravens completely bounce back after that one. It's just how shit happens sometimes. But this does give Prada a little bit more time to get back into the game. Maybe they'll make an exception and allow a stand-in if Prada can't manage to reconnect. But we'll have to see.
Oh, man. Chompix, what do you think, man? What's the mindset here on Infinity?
Reset. I mean, these things happen, and but twice in a row already. It is definitely a bummer. Ravens, they didn't want to wait. I mean, a win is a win. They was like, well, we're ready, wait for you. And plus, even if they gave them their 5 minutes, I think it wouldn't make any difference. Prada wasn't back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they gave him half the pause time.
I mean, that's the thing. If something goes wrong for your team after you give the enemy team all of your pause time and something goes wrong for your team, you can't pause it. That is the worst way you could lose a match.
Yeah. So,
What do you do? Do not fight though. Be like 5 minutes timeout. We don't fight.
yeah, I don't
Come back
know.
after 10 minutes.
Yeah, assuming they agree to that one, anyways.
So,
When you used to play Warcraft, you had a rule in that like, oh, can we attack after 30 minutes each?
oh my gosh,
I wish-
yes, I remember that. Yeah. That was a good one.
Really?
Yeah, that
You
was
guys-
like you could like go in the games and stuff and be like, all right, no aggression for X amount of time. If you wanted to like practice late game macros and stuff and like big team fights, you could just do like no aggression. It's just all econ in the early game. It was fun. Classic. Well, anyway, we're gonna go to a break, and we'll be back hopefully with a game number 2 between Infinity and Ravens. But stay tuned because we're gonna have to see what happens. Hopefully, they can get Prada back into this one. We'll keep y'all updated on the chat, so don't go anywhere. Don't go too far if you want to see what's happening. So stay tuned for more. We'll see you in a bit.